Hey there everybody, Professor Cloud here with our next episode of Professor Builds a Satisfactory. Time to get back to the computer facility. We need to get it up and running, fully functioning, efficient, so that we can get one, supercomputers, and two, we can start working on the advanced production facility, which is going to create the adaptive control units that will eventually turn into advanced director systems. And we're going to need those for one of the Phase 5 pieces. I don't remember which one, but I remember it's needed for a Phase 5 piece. So let's go ahead and get back into there. I'm doing it in this order because I want to get those up and running. I remember how long it takes for advanced director systems to produce, while we then can focus on getting more power and building out the new facilities that are going to be required for anything related to dark matter. So let's go ahead and jump back in. Okay, back at the hub. We have radio control units that are being produced over here, although they're probably already out of aluminum casings, knowing my luck, and that's exactly the case. So at some point, probably after we do whatever work we're going to do on the computer facilities today, we're going to need to pick up some aluminum casings and bring them back. So let's go ahead and head to the computer facility. There are little ticky-tack things that I also want to do, but at the moment I would prefer to focus on the bigger items. And I also have a very large list of things that I am keeping track of. That we need to get done. Can't do that. Wrong way. There we go. Okay. So in here, we have a combination of circuit boards being produced, and they are going directly into high-speed connector production. Now, the one thing I do kind of wish I had done, and I think we may do that now. Yeah, we're going to do that now. I want to have the circuit boards go into storage in case we ever need to use the excess for something. And I have a sneaking suspicion that we will. So I am going to make some very quick changes. Let me put you in there. Alright. So what I want to do is move all of this forward. But to do that, I want to put a storage unit here. I'm missing steel pipe. Okay, well, see, this is exactly why I needed to start doing this stuff, because I don't know what I have in my inventory. And apparently, I used up all my steel pipe for something. I was moving a lot of stuff around in the last couple of episodes because of the new production capabilities that are needed, plus, you know, some of the stuff from 1.1. So I can't say that I'm terribly surprised that I'm out of something. And when I talk about the ticky-tack stuff, this is exactly one of them. You know, if we had the steel pipe storage unit out here, it would make life a whole lot easier. Plus, I really do need to have, and this I'll also need to add to the list, is setting up dimensional depots for steel pipe and steel beams. At the very least. There might be some other items, but those two at the very least. Actually, you know what? I want to make sure to grab some steel beams, too. I apologize. I should have thought of it sooner. Should have thought of it sooner. Ooh, there we go. I think we would have been fine, but still, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay. So, let's put this there. Alright. And then I will put first couple of hundred in there. I don't normally need to keep any in my inventory, but you're full up on plastic. Alright, I want to make sure to put that plastic. Okay, so now we can put the manufacturer like that. And this is going to be high-speed connectors. I'm going to put that in there. There's no good reason for me to be keeping quick wire in my inventory. And then we need to bring... this is cable at 37 per minute. Quick wire at 210 per minute. Ooh. Okay. Really? Alright, I'm going to change that. Whoa. Power. I'm just going to put a double one there. Oh. Switch to Zoop. Mark 1. Oh my god, I'm missing copper wire. Holy crap. Copper plate. Copper wire. Do I have a way of getting up? I don't think I do. Let me do it from up there. Plus, that needs to be a Mark II. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I haven't spent enough time in this facility to get everything perfect the way that I want quite yet. Okay, green. Okay, I don't have this plug. There we go. And then... move that there. There we go. Okay, so that's better. There is no way that this is ever going to keep up. But it's fine. Let me... I don't think we're even gonna... I think we're gonna have to go 4 high. Because of the height of the manufacturer. Yeah. We're gonna have to go 4 high. Okay. That's cool. We'll worry about closing this all in later. At the moment, I want to get back to working on this. So... this is now circuit boards that are being produced, I believe, down below. So we've got both of these are copper plates. Sorry, copper sheeting. Copper sheeting. Hold on a minute. If they're copper sheeting... what are they going into? And then neither one of these are even being used right now. Alright, what was my plan here? Oh, crap. Okay, so circuit boards are copper sheeting and plastic. Oh, the copper sheeting are going into 2 assemblers, and then the assemblers are sending... okay, never mind. Okay, we're good. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Okay, so now we need to worry about computers. That's the next piece of this. So computers are one of the following. Circuit boards, cable, plastic. Circuit boards, crystal oscillators, that's not going to happen here. We don't have any kind of crystal production over here. Or circuit boards, quick wire, and rubber. And we don't... I mean, we could get rubber over here in the same way that we're getting plastic over here. But then we're going to have split use for the quick wire, and at the moment, I don't think I don't think we're producing enough quick wire to make that feasible. So I think we're going to have to stick with the tried and true. So therefore, these two need to be cables, or at least one of them does. So this one would be copper wire. And then we'll need another constructor. Okay, they're producing 30. They need 60. Oh, okay. All right, well then both of these will feed in. All right, so we should be able to put... like that. Alright, this will then be cable. And then we'll just have to figure out how we're going to get cable. Well, first of all, I'd say we put in another massive storage unit. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it the way that I want, though. No, I can't get the storage unit over. Alright, you know what? Okay, hold it. Oh, that one must have had some excess copper sheeting. Okay, that's why. It's like, why was there copper sheeting there? I still have to get power to a lot of this as well. Okay, let's put that there. Alright, and that's only... yeah. Is there room for more smelters? I don't think that there is. Yeah, that's a Mark II. Yeah, so either I make the decision to go to a Mark III on this vein, and then I'm going to put a... actually, no, I don't need to do that. Just a Mark I should be fine. Oh, never mind. I already have one. And okay, let's... apparently I need some high-speed connectors. Holy crap. I didn't remember that high-speed connectors were needed for Mark III poles. I don't use Mark III poles very often. Alright, and I'm actually going to move you to there. Be a little bit more centrally located. There we go. That'll work. Everything is cooking. I think we're good. And then this is our cables. Okay, so now we need the computer facility. And the computer facility is going to take the circuit boards from up top, the cables from down below, which we'll just need to send up through some kind of a lift. There is going to be a lot of excess space. Nope, not an assembler, a manufacturer. Alright, so let's say there. So the circuit boards are going to feed into this. This is going to be computers. We're going to need to bring plastic. This is where things get interesting for me. What is in this copper sheeting? So we've got plastic going there, and then plastic going there for the circuit boards. How well is this filling up? It's full. So I guess we don't really need to worry about that then. At the moment, we're getting more than enough plastic to cover our needs, so the excess plastic to go up then should not be a problem. The question's going to be is how do we do it? Because basically we either run a splitter off of the bottom one, or we run a splitter off of okay, so circuit boards require 4 per minute of plastic. Computers require 16. That's why we're having no problem keeping up. So one of these is going to get severely reduced. I think the best thing to do is to do it off of this one. Oh, that's a shame. I'd like to have put the splitter right there, but it won't let me. Hold on a minute. What? I don't want to put it there because then it looks weird. It doesn't look like it looks like it's suspended in midair. Let's see. What could we do with a stackable Actually, let me try. I need to try something. Will they let me put one? Okay, so they will let me put... Okay. Alright, I can safely remove you for now. Nope, that's not what I want. Alright, so let's turn you this way. That's nice too, by the way, that they've given me the nice little added improvement. Let me go up here and do it up here. It used to be I had to do these individually one at a time. Okay. And then have this go up to there. Alright, which means I need a wall port there. Really doesn't matter. Let's put it there, I suppose. And then we'll bring the cables up. Alright, I need to check on the interior because I don't think the interior is working for some reason. I'm actually wondering if maybe I removed power from the two assemblers down there. Okay, that looks good. Alright, let's check downstairs. Whoop, yep. Okay, so they've lost power. Probably because of me changing that pole. So let me put just a simple Mark 1, say there. I don't... Huh? Why is this not working? It's got power. That's the input. That's the output. That was very weird. It was like when I connected the belt, it didn't actually connect to the input port. That was weird. Okay, so now we need to get the cable up top. Alright, for now, I want to build a ladder over here. What? Alright, so if we put a port... say there. Nope. Okay. I don't think that's going to work. I struggle with this every time. Every time. Struggle with it every time. Trying to get things lined up nicely. And it just doesn't work. Alright, let's put it further back then. Okay. Yeah, these facilities are going to have a lot more empty space. I'm not happy about that necessarily, but I mean, they are what they are. Alright, so we got cable coming in. They need to be coming in at 20 per minute. That's not a problem. The circuit boards, the plastic. I think we're good. Now we just need to get power here. Because we've not done any walls. And really, truly, all the plastic is, or all the power is coming from the back. Now, these computers are going to eventually feed into another manufacturer for supercomputers. But I guess the question that I'm going to have for myself is whether or not I have excess enough to store the computers. So let me let's do this. Alright, I am going to remove you. I will worry about pillars after the fact. Okay, and then do that. I will then put a port jack in here. There we go. And then for now, we'll do that. Now, that's not going to that's not going to be the be-all end-all. Okay, so we're going to need another... Nope, wrong way. That works. Actually, no, it doesn't, because I wanted to offload this into storage. Actually, you know what? Because the supercomputers are actually going to have to go over to the advanced production facility anyway, because it's one supercomputer, one adaptive control unit equals an advanced director system. Sorry, assembly director system. I have been consistently getting that wrong. Having the manufacturer actually face this way is probably better. And I've got the excess space anyway. So maybe something like that. And then this is going to be supercomputers. So we need the computers, the AI limiters, high-speed connectors, and more plastic. So I think that is then where we're going to split the bottom plastic output to come up top. And we'll have it come through a port this way down and over to the supercomputer production. The computers will come in through here. We'll bring the high-speed connectors over. Then the last piece of this is AI limiters. So copper sheeting and quick wire. Copper sheeting and quick wire. I might have to change all of these to Mark IIs. The quick wire outputs. Oh. Well, that's actually good to know. All right, then let me... Big problem I'm gonna have. This requires 4 items. While I'm thinking about something. That's copper wire. That's copper sheeting. Alright, we are producing more copper sheeting than we need. We might actually be able to do the AI limiters right here. Like that. And that. The only thing we'll need to do is split the quick wire and bring it into here, which shouldn't be a problem because the quick wire is running around to a belt on the outside anyway. Yeah. So we should be able to put a splitter here and have it go, I don't know, maybe into a port on the front. Okay, that's cable. How much room did I give myself? Alright, so... No, I think the better option is to take the copper wire out and run the AI limiter production up here. Alright, let me get rid of you for now. So bring the copper sheeting out from here. Have it come up. Have the quick wire come up. And then we'll run... Okay, we'll run an assembler here. I can then put... something like that. Yeah, so we bring the copper sheeting out from over here. We then have it come up and over to feed in. And then I'll just need to split off the quick wire. This is all going to need to get switched over to Mark II. And we'll feed it up into here. God, it needs 100 per minute in quick wire. There's no way we're producing enough quick wire. The copper sheeting I'm not worried about, but the... Man. I'm not worried about the copper sheeting at all, because if nothing else, I can convert the copper wire production that right now is all full from a storage perspective and completely convert it over to copper sheeting. That's not a big concern at all. But I am absolutely worried about the copper wire or copper sheeting production. I mean, quick wire production. By the way, I had an idea of what to do with this kind of hall. I don't know what I'll call it, but hall area that runs between the two buildings. I have an idea of what I'm going to do with this. To allow for movement between them on each floor and things like that, rather than having... Because from what we saw with the elevators, it doesn't look like I'm going to have an elevator that can go to two different floors, two different sides, like you get sometimes in hospitals, or hotels for that matter. Okay. Let me get rid of you. Because what I'm going to need to do is put... Okay, let's put that there. Okay, so that's now Mark II. So this is kind of my thought process around what I was thinking about. Walls. Oh, I don't have it unlocked. Okay, well then, for now. And then we do something... Whoa! Something like that. It looks... No, that looks ridiculous. What about... Okay, no. Oh. Why is this so hard? So something like that. Yeah. And then we would do the exact same thing here, like that. So you could easily go straight from one to the other. And then instead of out the orange wall on here, we would do glass from top to bottom. That's kind of my thought process. It means I'll have to put wall mounts into wall ports in for stuff like this. But, okay, so we can go from here. This needs to be a Mark II. I gotta do this from below. I mean from up top. What? Hold on, where? Oh, what? Yeah, hold on a minute. There's no reason for this. I don't know why I had that there. Okay. So now we just need to do the exact same thing, but over here. Okay. Ugh. Okay, let me put another wall here, because I think I'm going to have to... like that. Oh, hold on. I didn't know that this had a direction to it. Okay, so there's the quick wire solved. Now I got to figure out the copper sheeting. Sorry, this hole's bugging me. I don't know why it is, but it is. By the way, I think I still have plenty of room. Yeah, I have plenty of room for the supercomputer facility. Also, while I'm thinking about it, get some of this clutter out of the way. Okay. Alright, this is copper sheeting and quick wire. Okay. Nope. Yeah, so we're going to have this problem between the two buildings no matter what. As much as I would love to say that that every single building is going to be the perfect height, that's all determinant on the ground that they're sitting on, obviously. So we would have this exact same thing here. And then like that. And then like that. In neither spot is there a lot of room on either side, but I mean, maybe we end up moving the doors down near the end where there's more space, but for right now this will be fine. Okay, we need to get downstairs, however. Okay, so we have this storage is copper sheeting. Which means this is not being used. I know for a fact we're going to need copper wire for automated wiring. And automated wiring is a piece of the adaptive control unit. So I don't think I can effectively get rid of this. I think we're going to need it. I don't know how we're going to get it out, but... Alright, let me look from the outside here. There's what I was afraid of. We're out of quick wire. That's exactly what I was afraid of. We're not able to transport enough quick wire. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Because really, each one of these... This one requires 100 per... The AI limiters require 100 per minute, and the high-speed connectors require 210 for a total of 310. Which means I really need 360 per minute coming out of this truck stop. And there's just no way that the truck is bringing enough. How much is it dropping off? Oh, God. It is not dropping off enough either. Well, it looks like we're going to have to fix that too. And I don't remember their... Quick wire is hard to come by. Surprisingly enough, quick wire is very hard to come by. There's just not enough Caterium veins. Let me do a quick scan. That's sulfur. There it is. See if there's a Caterium ore vein nearby that I didn't know about. Nope. Closest one is that one, which is over 800 meters away. And then there's the one that's being used for Fix-It. There's one over there. 1,700. That's got to be over near the bauxite. Huh. Damn. Okay, let me... That's right, I was going outside to figure out how to get the copper sheeting out. Well, the copper sheeting can go out through, like, a port here. It doesn't have to come out from the bottom, because I'm going to be blocking all of this off. Yeah, let me focus on one problem at a time, one problem that I can fix. So, alright, let's assume that we can put a wall port here. Alright. We'll use our new doors here. Right behind the storage of the copper wire. Well, that actually isn't a problem, because I don't need that storage unit to be there. I can move it this way. I can do that instead. And that will be perfectly fine. Now, all I need to do is get a... to do that. Okay. Whoa, what just happened? I don't know what just happened there, but my body started floating and doing all kinds of interesting things. Alright, so if we go from here, there, and then we put a wall port. Like that. There we go. Something like that. There we go. There we go. No. For now, that'll be good enough. I know I still have to go up higher, but... Alright, I think that's everything getting used to create everything that we need. So, this would then go directly into there. This would go into there. And then this is what, supercomputers? Yeah, supercomputers. We got the computers, we got the AI limiters, we need the high-speed connectors from over there. Okay, so we'll need to do that, and then we'll need more plastic. Of course, we need more plastic. 52.5 to be specific per minute. And then the power can come directly in. So this is just a whole lot of big facilities, or big production. Alright, let's go figure out how to get the... Alright, let me fix this. Wow, they made that a lot faster. They made that a crap ton faster. It used to be that you would have to see every single... that you would have to lay out each individual tile. Alright, so if we put... another wall for here. Like that. I will need a wall for here as well. How high is it off? Okay, we'll do it like that. Alright, I'm going to have that go into the far port, because then we still have to figure out how we're going to get plastic in here. Yeah, the big problem is the quick wire. I'm so frustrated by the quick wire problem. We're absolutely going to have to... Did we at any point bump up the quick wire production to Mark IIs? I know no one's going to answer me, but I don't remember if we did. Let me see what do I have what I need to do it. Whoa. Alright, let me do it this way. No, I need 2 more turbo motors. Oh, let me do that. Yeah, I need two more turbo motors. I wonder if I'm allowed to handcraft those. If I can handcraft those, I won't have to worry about buying them because they're so freaking expensive. Okay, well, we still have work to do. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here. I almost got done what I thought I was going to be able to get done today. Which was... Actually, no, I did get everything done today that I wanted to get done. And that was all of the pieces necessary to get to supercomputers, while also collecting and storing, especially circuit boards, but also the high-speed connectors. We're not doing it with AI limiters because I haven't found a lot of use for AI limiters. Ooh. Why is there a gap there? Huh. Okay, let me... I think I know why. Yeah, okay, I see what happened. When I created the door, it started at the top of the stair rather than... And actually... Whoa, what the hell? Okay, there we go. It's still not quite lined up, but I think it's the best that we're going to get. And that's fine. That's all I really care about anyway. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to go get aluminum from over at the aluminum production. I also want to check on the Caterium vein to see if it is in fact a Mark II or a Mark III. If it's a Mark III, that's going to be the first thing that we're going to do in the next episode, is bump that up. I don't know if that's going to be enough of a difference. And the reason I say that is because we still have to transport it over to the truck stop. Now, the great thing is I did remove all of... Why do I have two trucks? Oh, that's right. One of them's for coal. One of them's for one of them's for quick wire. I don't know if the truck transport... I feel like we're not producing enough at the Caterium vein because it's only dropping off a couple of hundred each time. So that says to me that it's not producing enough, fast enough. Therefore, we need to double production over there. So what I'm going to do in between episodes is I'm going to go run and get aluminum casings and put in my inventory to take back for radio control unit and fused modular frame production. And then I'm going to go and make a quick stop over at the Caterium vein to check on it and see if it is in fact available for upgrading. And then if that is the case, we'll start with that in the next episode. So with that, everybody, I hope that you've had a great time. If you've been enjoying the content, please make sure to hit the like, subscribe, or comment button. And hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Talk to you soon.